1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Music with Ryan, and thanks for checking out this week's lesson here for improving your bluegrass rhythm in the key of C. As you just saw and heard there, I played through a simple chord progression, 1, 4, 1, 5, in the key of C, and I did 3 variations of rhythm playing. Now we're going to really mix and mingle a handful of different strumming patterns to add energy to our playing. We're going to add several different ornamentations within the chords. Plus, we're going to do a handful of different bass walks and runs to and from all of these chord changes. There's a lot of great information and tricks and technique here to becoming a better rhythm player within all 3 of these variations. We're going to start breaking down that first one right now and put the tabs up on the screen. If you want to get access to the rest of the variations, download the tabs, the audio tracks, and access the SoundSlice software, click the link in the description to learn how. For now, we're going to start breaking down this first arrangement. Thanks for watching. So let's put those first 4 measures on the screen. I'm going to play them through nice and easy, and then we're going to break it all down and talk about the strum patterns that I'm using and the bass walks that I'm doing. So 1, 2, ready, go. A little quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to be using 2 different strumming patterns, and in the first couple measures here, the first measure, I'm going to do an alternate bass strumming pattern, the boom, chicka boom, which is something you can check out. I've got another lesson in the key of G, all about a very detailed lesson about the boom, chicka boom. And if you have access to the rhythm series, you can do the exercises as well. But essentially, we're going to be alternating the bass line for the C chord, and it's the 1 and the 5 of each chord. And so it's a C here, and then we do a down up, and then go to the low string 3rd fret, which is a G note, the 5, and then we do a down up. That's the alternate bass for the key of C, for the chord C. Okay, that's going to be one of the main patterns we'll use in this first variation. Then measure 2, we'll put the 3rd fret A, strum again, and here's a simple quarter note bass walk to the F chord. It's open D, 2nd fret D. And then we go to F, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do alternate bass strumming pattern on the F chord. Okay, so the F is the 1 right here, and then the C is the 5 right there. And then measure 4, we're going to do a different strumming pattern, as you see there. Play the bass note, down, up, down. So down, down, up, down. I give it a little nickname. I go boom, chick, e chicka, boom, chick, e chicka. So we don't alternate the bass right there. And one of the reasons I do that is just to give it a little bit more oomph, a little bit more energy moving forward. So we're kind of straight ahead, but then there's some measures that we just use a different pattern and add more strums to give it a little more energy. So those first 4 sound like this now. 2, 3, 4. All right, and And a quick little note about the F chord, as you see in there, you know, a lot of times I'll just use my third finger to go back and forth between the bass notes. And sometimes I sneak my pinky in there. Really works either way. I notice sometimes getting my pinky involved helps a little bit more. It's a little more efficient and gets a little bit more connectiveness going on in there. So either way will totally work, but note that I might be using either fingering and either one is totally fine. So moving on to the next few measures, they sound like this. 2, ready, go. That went on just a bit there. So measure 5, again, we're doing the alternate bass drumming for the C chord. Down, 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 up. And then measure 6, we just do half of it. And then a simple quarter note bass walk into the 5 chord, or the G here. Open E, 2nd fret E, and then 3rd fret E. Lands us on measure 7. I strum the G chord, and then open A, 1st fret A, and then the next measure, 2nd fret A, and then the same strumming pattern as measure 4. So down, down, up, down. Now that chord can be classified as a G/B, the 3rd being in the bass right there, that B note. Okay, and this is something that really helps create some tension in our rhythm playing. It's very simple. I'll feature this in some of the other variations too, where we feature the 3rd of the chord, which is what we're doing here. The 3rd of G is B. And it just, again, adds some tension for going to the next chord. One more time. Up, down. Another thing to keep in mind that I will talk about during all of these variations is really keeping the right hand moving up and down no matter if you're hitting the strings or not. One of the biggest things we can do to improve our rhythm playing and to get a great sense of the pulse and the beat is to keep the right hand moving up and down no matter what, again, strings we're hitting. So, you know, if I'm on back to measure 5, you know, you see my right hand is always going up and down. That's super important, again, for just better rhythm playing. Keeps us in the flow. If we're just really stiff and jagged, work as well. My hand's always going up and down. Okay? So let me play those first 8 bars for you. You can hear them in context. 1, 2, ready, go. Love the way when I get to the 3rd, do the G/B. I love the way that sounds and sets us up to come back into the 1 chord. So here's the next 4 measures, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Some similar things here. Okay, so measure 9, just an alternate bass there, strumming pattern for the C chord. And then measure 10 is that 2nd strumming pattern we've been working on, the boom chick e chicka, and it's got the ties in there. But I'm going to do the C7 here. So I add the pinky on the 3rd fret of the G. Okay, that's the B flat note, C7, dominant 7 if you will. And that really signals to the listener, to the band, to the musicians that we're going to the 4 chord, okay? It's very classic and easy way to signal without saying that we're going to the 4 chord is go 1, 1, 7, and then, of course, 4. And then go going to the F chord here, alternate bass strumming. Oh. Measure 12, just kind of half alternate bass. Well, not really alternate, but strum. And then 0-2 hammer on the G, and then open G. And I want this open G to ring into the next measure. So now's the downbeat of measure 13. You hear all that still ringing. That G is still ringing. So those four together, 2, ready, go. Again, that G is ringing in, really helps connect, helps the rhythm playing sound fluid. Last 4 measures now. And then beginning. So measure 13, again, now we kind of have like 1 measure of C, 1 measure of G, and then 2 of C. So I'm not going to do the alternate bass. Sometimes when I have chords that are just 1 measure long, often I won't alternate bass. And here's an example of that. So 3rd fret, low E, strum, 0-2 hammer on the D, open D, and that's going to ring into the G chord. Next measure, 3rd fret, low E, strum, 0-2 hammer on the B, strum, again kind of signaling in the G/B, the 3rd again a little bit, and then back to the C chord, strum, 0-2 hammer on the D, open G, measure 16, landing on the B string 1st fret. Kind of a little C run, if you will, like a G run, right? But key of C, C run. I'm going to do that a little bit more extended strumming pattern to kind of slingshot us perhaps, or just send us back to the top. Up, down. All 4 of those. 2, ready, go. Okay, so that's the lesson here for Afternoon Walk, or the first variation for the key of C and improving your bluegrass and old time rhythm. If you have any questions or comments, leave them on the lesson page. If you want to check out more lessons like this, probably some links around me or down below in the description box. Learn how to access everything. Thanks for watching. Take care.